Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother in the struggle coming right back at you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is going to be real quick. And because I'm just going to cover Mr. Waxon, an OG that was doing a Facebook Live in his truck, in his car, but made many mistakes. Even though he was feeling comfortable, because he had family members around there, he had people that he knew around there. But ladies and gentlemen, what happened? They knew where he was at. They were following him. They set him up. A gentleman with a gun tried to rob them. He wouldn't give his, ladies and gentlemen, check this, his diamond chains, gold-plated diamond chain. His diamond chain, right here. You're gonna see it. And then on top of it, he refused to give it up. He said, hell no. And then he was shot and killed. You may say, Ruben, why is this happening to the black community? Because the black community have been played, have been raped, and have been slayed by the system. And as long as they keep crying racism, which does not exist, they're gonna remain there, and people are gonna suffer. In fact, didn't I tell you many years ago? Well, anyway, those of you that just started following me are not aware, but I've been saying this for years, that the National Guard was going to go to Chicago. And isn't that exactly what Donald Trump is talking about? You know, what he's doing in Washington, D.C.? Because remember how the governments work around, remember how governments have always worked in kingdoms. Okay? They create a problem, they wait for your reaction, and then they come with their solutions. And the solution is not for the benefit of the people, especially God's people. Okay? Because remember, the Negroes, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to accept it or not, they came from the tribe of Judah. Okay? They are the descendants of the tribe of Judah, the same tribe where Christ and King David came out of. So no wonder, never mind racism. Racism does not even begin to do justice to what they've done to our people. Okay, remember, these are the 12 tribes of Israel. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, did you know that the black race came out of the Indian race? Even before the slaves got here, there were black people throughout this continent. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please. And now you have lost young people on the streets telling you this. Oh, we are the Israelites, and we hate white people. But if you preach in the gospel, they shouldn't be hating your heart for no one. So that's a lie. And remember, Jacob and Esau came out of the same womb. Jacob being the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, today, that's why our people have been going through hell. I mean, look how they play and what they did to, the Europeans did to the tribe of what? The tribe of God, G-A-D. The so-called Native American Indians. But we made it easier for the devil. Because, you know, through the many centuries, he set us up to be deceived, doing crazy things like what? Dream catchers and all these rituals. That's why there was war between different tribes. That's what the devil does. Ladies and gentlemen, please. The black race have been what? Have been confused. What are they called? And it is the only race that is called like that, African American, which is a lie. African Americans does not exist, but yet people believe that, and they identify. They are proud to identify themselves that way when it is a lie. There's no such thing as an African American. How can you identify yourself? That's how naive we are, and that's how programmed and how brainwashed we have been. How can you identify yourself between two continents? Okay? And by the way, once again, as I just told you, before the slaves came to America, there were already blacks throughout this continent and in America itself. In fact, the white man, ladies and gentlemen, whom you call white man, he only did 5% of slavery. You know who benefited the most? Black people in Africa and the Arabs. Don't believe me? Do your research. The white man only did 5% of slavery. But yet you hate him, and you want reparations, and you want this, and you want that. Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask Black Lives Matter this question. Where was you when each black young man is killed by each peer, by another black on black crimes? Where was you when this man, Mr. Watson, was killed and robbed while he was doing a Facebook Live? So ridiculous. In fact, we are so effed up, fucked up in the mind, excuse my French, that I'm going to show you a video to where I even forgot the rapper's name, Little Nas, whatever. The guy that supposedly had a relationship with the devil in the video, he's a homosexual. Look how the devil got him and how ridiculous he's acting. Take a look at it. I will send it to you. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, what I've been telling you. You are living a lie. Everything in this world is a lie. And this whole world, the world leaders are all in it. When it comes to moon landing, they talk about all the planets of Mars. We got rovers up in there, when in reality they are stars. The moon is a plasma, it's a light for the purpose of giving light in the night. That's why it was created for, and yet people are foolish enough to believe that men went to that plasma. How can you land on a freaking plasma, on a light? And how can you land on Mars when it is a star on constant move? And how can you transmit videos from there back to Earth? And the Earth is an enclosed flat Earth, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, everything is a lie, because since the very first time that we sinned against our Creator, we fell because of a lie. So the power and the dynamics of lies goes a long way, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I know, because I did it. I was a door-to-door salesman back even before the internet was around, even before cell phones. I'm talking about the time that we have beepers. That's the time that I'm talking about. And I used to sell door to door, and it was based upon a lie, and people believed the lie. And it's ironic, and I feel bad. They were not going to get the things that I was selling, because once we woke up, that we saw what we were doing to the people, we got out of that company. We were based in New York, New Jersey. We didn't even have an address. We were based out of hotels. It was a freaking lie, ladies and gentlemen. Just what the religions have done throughout history. Which, and religion, by the way, has been the greatest trick play on the human mind. Because once you believe a lie, then you open up yourself up for many, many other things. When I tell you that the United States of America is the second beast, that is the truth that people may not want to accept, but yet is the reality. Okay? This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Can you please wake up? Do not miss the links that I will share with you here, because I prove everything I say. Your NASA, which has the logo of a serpent tongue, ladies and gentlemen, is a lie. Hey, but what am I saying? I am a voice in the desert, a voice in the forest. No one wants to listen to this truth because people are already brainwashed. They are part of the system. They are part of this matrix. They are slaves to the matrix. They don't want to be unplugged. As long as they're making money, F the rest. That's their mentality. And that goes for major corporations and America itself. America is like a princess that has lost all its glitters. America has always been a corporation. It's not a nation. It's not a republic. It is a corporation where all foreigners have benefited from her. But all of that is going to come to an end very, very soon. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. If you think the war between Israel and Iran is over, you got another thing coming. By the way, Iran is already partnered with some other nations. He's going to become part of a confederation, and Iran itself will attack. And by the way, remember, Iran comes from what? They are the descendants of the Medo-Persian Empire. These are Persians. They will attack and help destroy America. It is prophesied. Don't ask me when it's going to happen. All I know is soon. Be ready. And if you think they don't have the bomb, let me tell you one thing. They already do. Can I say it again? Iran already has the bomb. But it's going to be a time when it's going to use it. I know this may sound like some crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist talking to you. I know what I'm talking about. Remember, I've been around. Remember, I used to be part of the United States military. I was a Marine. I was in the United States Marines. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to wake the hell up. In fact, let me just say these two things. Didn't I tell you? For those who have followed me, I don't know how long some of you have followed me. Didn't I tell you that the National Guard was going to come to Chicago? Isn't that exactly what Donald Trump is talking about? Huh? See, you must learn to see before things happen. Because remember how governments work. They create a problem. They wait for your solutions. The all Hegelian dialectic. They create problems. They wait for your reactions. And then they come with the solutions. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that exactly what happened back in 2020 with this pandemic? Talk to me. So you think that this pandemic just came out of nowhere? It was planned. Do you think that this immigration, social chaos happening in the United States came out of nowhere? It was planned. Do you think that the Black Lives Matter organization came out of nowhere? It was created. Where's Black Lives Matter for all the young people that have killed themselves? For this man? No. It's only when a white man kills a black man. You see? They all about what? Riots, and anarchies, and justifying. That's why these three nations, these three cities, states, Chicago, California, and New York are gonna bring down America. Okay? California, with its manufacturing businesses, will fall. It's already fallen. New York, stock exchange, trade center there, right? All of that, right? NASDAQ and all of that. Media is in New York. New York is gonna fall. In fact, that's why they're getting ready. They're talking about electing a communist. These three states will be in front of the lines in destroying America by design to bring about a what? A new world order, a new monetary system. They are all part of the plan. They are all in it. It's a big club. As George Carlin used to say, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Years ago, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones got supposedly infiltrated Bohemian Grove, where they show you their true colors. Because these people are Satanists and they worship their God, Satan, the devil. He supposedly infiltrated, but that was a lie. Remember, Alex Jones is control opposition. He was invited in. Here, show the world. But make it look like you snuck in and you got this. No. And then we're going to come out and condemn it. But you see how they work this society? You see how they work you? Remember the Tuskegee experiment where black men were infected with syphilis? There's a lot of operations that have done as part of the agenda to destroy God's people. Now we are all God's people in creation, but God separated. But let me tell you this. If you fall, but those guys that are telling you on the streets, oh, the white man is the devil, who called themselves Israelites. If you fall for them, then you would think that I'm one of them. I'm not. Wake the hell up. If you call yourself a true soldier of God, there shouldn't be hate for no one. Remember, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, was Jacob. Who came before him? They were twins. Who came before Esau? And where the Esau's descendants? They are the Europeans. They are the 10 horns, the 10 horns, which are 10 nations in Europe, which is the NATO alliance, which is going to play a big role with this new world, order that they're talking about, which is going to be a completely total disorder. The whole world is going to be unified into one religion, one monetary system very soon, and one military. You know why? Because they're going to try to attack the humanity's redeemer, whom the world called Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahushua. Yeshua. You understand? And just like it was shown in the Illuminati cards, ladies and gentlemen, everything is planned. This immigration chaos that is happening in America was planned. So the government can justify in doing whatever they want to do. Did you know that instant that the governor of Texas is an admirer is part of the World Economic Forum? Oh, he loves them people. He's friends with them. And so is the governor of Minnesota. In fact, the governor of Minnesota takes it a little further. He's friend with China. No wonder they're homeless. See, that's why they see in California, Minnesota, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia. That's why they allow these homeless people, because they know most of them are our people, and we have fallen for it. It is time to wake the hell up and be God's true soldiers. Now, you may say, well, Ruben, can white people join? Of course. God, in fact, we are not going to be the only ones that are going to be saved. White folks, what did I just tell you? Jacob came after his brother. In fact, he came out holding his brother's ankle. They were twins. So you're looking at a white man and an Indian man. Brownish, okay, whom they call brown people. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please. We are all God's creation. In fact, my best friend in junior high school, which is middle school, in Brooklyn, New York, many moons ago, was white as snow. God doesn't see colors. Okay? But of course, brown people are his chosen people. Why? I mean, think of it. People living in the desert. Okay? Under the sun. So of course their complexion will turn brown. God doesn't see no color, neither do I. I love all of the God's creation. And this white supremacy thing that they talk about, that the white supremacists, they hate us. No, ladies and gentlemen. Again, racism does not exist. This is what exists. The eternal battle between good and evil. That's all. Because if you hate a human being, whether he's green, yellow, brown, white, you're hating yourself. Because we are all part of the same human family. So wake the hell up. Once again, remember what I said. Everything is planned. just like the Illuminati cards show. Remember the attack on 9/11 and all of that, which was carried out by Mossad, which is the Israeli intelligence, and the CIA. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, and they blame that, of course, on what? On terrorism, which they have created. That's the boogeyman they have created to exploit. But what if I tell you that Osama bin Laden was a CIA agent, and his name is Tim Osman? Ladies and gentlemen, wake the hell up. This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget the links that I will share you, that I will share with you. Take care, and may God bless you. And remember, it is time to repent, to follow these 10 commandments behind me, which again, California, Chicago, and New York incentivizes people to go to store and rob. As long as it is less than 1,000, it's okay. You get a slap on the wrist and you'll be let out. You're not going to do time. What is it doing? Breaking the 10 commandments. What is one? Thou shalt not steal. And I know, because I did it. I did it when I was there. I was not only a drug trafficker, and that's what a drug trafficker is. And he's robbing people's stability, exploiting people's what? Desire for self-destruction. So that was in me. And I took money from people, not robbing them, for them letting themselves be robbed. Because I didn't walk around with a gun robbing people, no. He was using schemes. Okay? But I woke up. God brought me to the devil's path so that I get to know how the enemy works. And I can see and I can smell the enemy. And just in case you don't believe me, let us read the last one verse and then I'm done. Let us go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Okay? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Hold on. Just bear with me. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 goes like this. We are not, our fight is not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the powers, against, and I love what it says. It says, against world rulers of this present darkness against the spiritual host of wickedness in heavenly places, in high places. Okay? And verse 13 said, therefore, take the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please. I don't sell you anything. I don't want you to buy anything from me. I just bring you the truth. That is why we have this means. I just bring you the realities of things. Not my opinion. I'm not some Team 4 hot conspiracy theories, because I prove everything that I say here. Do believe your eyes. Don't believe me. I mean, look what is happening in this world. And they are letting it happen by design. We are asking young people to cherish life, while we support women and give them the license to kill through the process of abortion, which is what? Human sacrifice to the God of this world in these last days, to the God Baals, as people used to do in the days of Canaan. The Canaanites used to do it. Okay? This is all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Love y'all. Take care. And spread the word. Let us bring this channel up to 1,000. And then we move on from there. Take care. 1,000 subscribers.